welcome to the last spring episode of the Signal PopCast, a podcast that brings you exclusive coverage and the latest news in the entertainment industry. My name is Katherine Rodriguez, and today with me I have an amazing panel. You guys gonna introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Izuh, and I am a live reporter for The Signal.
I'm Peña. I'm the editor-in-chief of The Signal.
I'm Jessica Kunzat, also a live reporter for The Signal.
And I'm Alyssa, your co-producer of The Signal PopCast and online editor of The Signal.
Wow. Hello.
Okay.
You didn't have to flex that.
Mother dragons unburnt,
That's hilarious. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for listening to today. We're going to have a full show. We're going to be talking about the Signals and Movie League, obviously Game of Thrones, some of the summer plans, and then we're going to do a shout out to the website for you to see the latest content that we have put out for you. So, Alyssa, what do you talk about the Movie League?
So, yes, before Game of Thrones is the Movie League. We run our own fantasy movie league, and similar to a fantasy football league, we pick a movie lineup based off how well we think it's going to do at the box office. Every week, it ends on Friday, and you can play on your desktop or app. The prizes for the Movie League is first place is a gift card to the movie theater of their choice, and a raffle is going to go out to all those who participated at least 50% of the weeks this semester. And that prize is a pop culture prize pack consisting of a Funko, a single issue of Spider-Man Far From Home, and a reprint of the original X-Men Dark Phoenix storyline by Jack Kirby. And both of these comic books are lead-ups to movies coming out this summer. So that's the X-Men Dark Phoenix and the new Spider-Man movie, the first one after Avengers Endgame. If you type in Fantasy Movie League at uhlthesignal.com, you can see specifics on how to join and some tips on winning. So, our second topic is actually not Game of Thrones. I wanted to surprise Kay. This is her last episode. Yes.
I'm gonna
This isn't like a video podcast, but
She does
her
look
face.
like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is on the script.
Continue.
So this is Kay's last podcast and her last 2 weeks at The Signal. She's doing an awesome internship in Kansas, and she graduates with her master's. Is it at the end of summer or the end of fall?
Yeah, the fall.
Yes. So we wanted to start off with. Did you have the quote?
No, I don't have any quotes.
Oh, okay. First impressions or favorite moment with Kay? Anybody first?
Oh, God.
So I met Kate back in the day. How long ago? It was like maybe 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was 2
It
years
was like 2 years ago. It was Chan's class. It was, I think, one of the first days. And I remember sitting in the back, and this girl, she just walks in with all her stuff, like her gallon of water, her backpack and everything, and she sits in the row in front of me. And before she even sits down, she just, like, looks at me. And she was like, "You work for The Signal, right?" And I'm like, "How do you know that?"
Was that your first semester here?
Oh, yeah.
Like, we had not done any introductions or anything. Like, I haven't even, like, said, "Hey, by the way, I work for this," like, nothing. So she did her research at that point. She knew who I was.
Like a good
And she was like,
yeah.
"Are you guys, like, looking for people?" Like, as a matter of fact, we are. We're having an informational meeting. Why don't you come in? And she was, like, telling me, like, all her stuff that she, like, did, like, Univision stuff. She did, like, all this, like, stuff. Like, man, she's, like, really, she's, like, really big. Like, what the heck? It's like, there's no way she would ever be interested in joining us. But it's like, here's our information. Come in and stop by. So the informational meeting happens. And she doesn't show up at first. And I'm like, oh, she clearly did not find us interesting at all. So
Oh, no.
Okay, clearly she's not interested. So I was like, all right. And then a little bit later, like maybe halfway through, here she comes in. She's like, "Hey, I'm sorry I'm late." It's like, all right, yes, she's here. And
That's
from
hilarious.
the very beginning, she has been an amazing person to work with. She's a hard worker, and we're definitely going to miss having her here at The Signal. But she will always be my friend, which I'm very grateful for.
Aww.
That's so pure.
Retweet.
I remember. I was just sitting in class with Chan, and I was just like, I knew, obviously. I don't know if it was like student like Orcs Fair or like SOAR or whatever it was, but I definitely knew Brenda's face, and I was like, so I got nothing to do, and I'm new to Houston, so I better get involved as soon as possible. So yeah, thank you so much for opening like your arms to me that quick. It was really fun.
Oh, you're so cute.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
I don't think anybody could follow Brandon that well, but do y'all have something favorite
I'll
moment?
follow, because mine's not as wholesome as yours. So it's like, I don't feel like I'm showing up a wholesome moment, or trying to fail to show up a wholesome moment.
That's hilarious.
So, like, we met informally a lot of times before I think we ever formally met.
Yeah.
Because, like, I saw you around a lot last summer, and like when I worked in the student life office, like I would see people around all the time. I mean, I'm at school literally all the time, so I like see faces, and I recognized your face, and I like had remembered Izuh saying your name before, but like I didn't know you, and so when I first came here to work at the Signal, I remember seeing the name like Katherine something, and I was like, oh, that must be a different person. Like, and we sat down in a meeting for the first day, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of scared of you. Like, you're so intense, like when you're talking about your business, that it really scared me, and I felt so like, I was so nervous that first day, like my first Signal meeting, because like, I felt like I knew nothing, and everyone was talking about all these things, and then you started talking, and I was like, that Katherine girl's so scary. Like,
that's usually how it goes. I'm like, I am absolutely
there
not.
was a period of time where I was convinced that you and Kay were two different people.
No, same person.
Yeah.
That's funny. But that happens a lot. A lot of people tell me that I have like face.
It's not.
It's not a face thing. It's just the way you like when you're talking. Like you're so business.
So
like
confident.
you're gonna like rule the boardroom somewhere one day.
Hopefully.
I kind of got that same thing, like your confidence. I was kind of scared of you. Also, I heard about your background. I'm like, man, all these. So I came in as an art student. All these communication people, I already felt like nothing. And then especially like some of these people like Brandon have been here for a long time. And then when I found out about you, I'm like, oh, she's new. And then I heard you're new, but all this other stuff. I just kind of kept to myself. Yeah, I think you're confident. You come off really strong, and I'm not confident, so that scared me.
No.
And then I think over time, I realized that we were very similar. So then there was some tension there, like.
You took my chair, several of my spots.
I wasn't gonna
She
bring
would
it
take
up.
my spot, and I'd be like, Alyssa, when are you gonna be done? All jokes though.
No. I wasn't gonna bring it up. It's all positive here. But there was like a chair thing of like 2017, 2018.
Chairgate 2017.
Chair war.
I wasn't keeping track.
Yeah, but I think my impression and relationship with you has been like a roller coaster. Like first I was like, okay, she's got everything, like not got everything. She's really confident in control and stuff. And then there was like a rivalry, which was really weird. Cause like, what am I gonna compete with you with? And then we got really close, and we talk all the time. It's great.
Aww.
Well, my first impression of Kay, I don't remember like exactly when we first met, but I remember a Signal meeting, or like one of the first few Signal meetings I was at that you were at, and I was like, damn, like she's a bad bitch. Like she was just saying whatever. Like I remember we were doing story ideas, and like everybody was like, well, we can maybe do something that, and then it was Kay's turn, and she was like, so we're gonna do this story where we're gonna, and
that
like
was before, long ago.
And like that's exactly what we did. We did the story. But one of the most memorable moments was when I was driving to orientation. And like I was like later than I usually am. And so like I was driving. Like I was driving to get there as soon as possible. And then like 7 minutes away from campus, if there was this car that was just like in front of me.
Zoom.
and like I was trying to pass them for so long, and I was like, damn, they're running too. Who is this? and then at the light, turning onto a Bay Area, Kay looks out the window And it's like, Izuh, what you doing?
I was trying to race.
And like, I bust out laughing. I'm like,
Yeah, I remember I was on Eldorado, so I was trying to get there fast, and I'm just like, do not get on my way when I'm late. And then, like, it was me and this, like, white car, and I'm just like, zoom, zoom, just hitting on the accelerator. And then I stop at the light, and I look in, like, the mirror, and I'm just like, is that Izuh? I literally parked, and then, like, opened the window, and then just, like, started waving at him.
and I was like,
hilarious.
hello.
It was hilarious. That's funny.
But she will be missed.
I think Troylon has something to say. Troylon, our managing editor.
Okay, can I just say I completely forgot this was happening today. Well, I didn't forget, but I didn't know the time. But yes. Oh my god, I'm gonna get emotional. Okay, anyway.
He's like down on one knee.
I don't even feel like standing
He's
up.
trying to get you to stay.
Oh, no. But, well, I remember when I met Katherine because, okay, I just remember, I think I met Katherine and Alyssa almost the same day or around that same time because it was when I first joined the Signal. And I vividly remember the day Alyssa walked in. And I vividly remember the day Katherine first walked in. And when Katherine walked in, she immediately, was asking about joining the Signal. And she was saying how she had went to, I think, UNT. And the impression I got was that she was a film student. And so I was like, oh, wow, that's goals. Because, that used to be what I wanted to go to school for and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, she probably knows a lot. And, as me and her got to talk more, I began to learn more about, what she knew and how she really, had learned a lot at UNT. And I was like, dang, wow, that's goals and stuff. But I was also confused because I was like, wait a minute, why is she here then? And then I realized, oh, wait, she's getting her master's. I didn't exactly know everything that was going on. But I just remember, being like, oh, man, Katherine also means business and stuff. Because she could get, when she's, wanting to do her work, she's really serious and everything. And, she was the main person who was stop tearing paper. And I was like, okay, I will stop doing that. And I remember when we first started taking our pictures and stuff, our profiles for the Signal, I would always kind of jokingly ask, hey, can I wear sunglasses? And Katherine would be like, no. And I'll be like, oh, okay. She meant business and everything. And I admire that, honestly. When a person does mean business, I really do think that's a good quality in it all, even if it can be a little scary at times. But what matters is Katherine's nice, and she's not someone who's just, oh, business, I don't like you. She's, being business because this is important and stuff like that. And that's just something I've really, always admired. And I can't believe she's leaving and stuff. I don't know. I just think about, how even now when you it kind of moves and everything, you have to drive 2 hours to get here. I'm just like, man, I miss when she was closer. So then she was here more and everything. Because then I just have certain days that I have to wait for her to be here and all. But
Wednesdays it was just Troylon and I, last semester, right?
Yeah. And so I'm gonna miss those days and everything, and it just blows my mind because even when it was first brought up to me, I think by Emily, she was like, "Oh yeah, Kay is leaving." And I'm like, "What?" I was just like, "What?" Because you're so good at what you do, with the audience engagement. I can't think of anyone else that could really show me how to do social media as good as you. So when I found out you were leaving, I was like, whoever becomes the audience engagement editor now, they've got some big shoes to fill and all.
I've been thinking the same thing, now that you're going to be leaving this summer, what are we doing, guys?
Of course not. There's a lot of people that's talented, and that's one of the things that I say I like about the Signal is that being in a team is so complicated. You have conflicted personalities, you have conflicted interests, but at the same time, we're all trying to work, to produce this content that represents an entire student population. And my thing with the Signal is that everybody is good at something and nobody's good at everything. And that's what makes this a great team is that you have people with very diverse background, very set goals, and people that's talented and people that want to work together and people want to, accomplish things, and everybody is good at, what they love. And that's really one of my favorite things about being here is that you're working with people that are kind of the same, but not at all. Everybody has their area.
I think that's something that almost everybody touched on is we thought it was going to be one way, and it's you just have to have conversations with people when you realize how different we are, but how similar our goals are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When you get into those private conversations about stuff that happens also outside school, you're like, oh crap, we're actually all the same. Even though we might reflect different personalities. So I'm gonna miss you guys. It really sucks because when I left UNT, it was different because we had such a big team that it was like everybody was graduating at the same time, and it was like, okay, bye, and then everybody just went places. But here is like, I haven't been close to such a, small and like compiled team, so it's something that I'm definitely going to miss. I'm not leaving yet. I'm going to call in on Mondays, especially after Game of Thrones. You're not getting rid of me that easily. So, yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
And that's like one of the things, like, for me, even, I've been here for a long time. Because I finished my bachelor's and I'm working on my last year of graduate school. But having been here so long, you see people come and go, but you never really see people stick around for longer than, like, a semester or two. So, especially, like, you and Alyssa and Troylon, you guys have been here a long time, so I've gotten to have these friendships with you guys, and Izuh as well, and it's just like, it's different whenever one of you leaves, because it's just like, you don't want that friendship to end, and you hope it doesn't end, but it's like, it's just, I don't know, I'm not gonna get emotional about it. But it's a thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. And even though I have a Facebook group with like my UNT, and there's like 200 members from NTTV, but it's not the same. There's like this group of people. So, I mean, I still keep in touch with the majority of them, but I hear it's going to be different. I'm not going to let you go ever again. Yeah. My wedding, my babies, my birthdays, my everything.
Pause. You can edit this out. What time are we at? Because I'm going to cut down.
16, it's okay. 16:37.
Okay, we're going to skip summer plans and just do shout it out. And then the website.
All right, you continue because I can't right now. I'm like,
okay, so we're gonna do shout it out. Some of you guys know what that is, some of you don't, so I'm just gonna explain it. Because there's now 6 of us and not a lot of time left, we're each gonna do this in about 30 seconds. What is something you have recently watched, listened to, or read that you want to shout it out about? There's a caveat to this one, because we're all going to bring up Game of Thrones except Troylon. So, something that is not Game of Thrones. Obviously, everyone wants to shout that out.
Okay, so, The Rain, 2nd season, is coming back in like 2 weeks. It's on Netflix. It is an awesome show. It's not an American show, but it's still an amazing show. You should check it out. Even with the English subtitles, English voiceover, it's amazing. Post-apocalyptic. I don't know how to say it.
What's the original?
Post-apocalyptic?
Yeah, that word.
What's the
They're
country
really
it's
good.
in?
What?
What
It's
country is it?
Swedish?
Dutch?
Dutch?
Yeah, Dutch.
Dutch.
interesting.
It's good. Don't watch the dub. The dub's weird.
When is Stranger Things 3 coming out?
July
Summer.
4th.
Ooh,
I haven't watched any of it yet, so.
So I guess that's one of the things I'll be looking at. I might have to rewatch the 2, previous seasons, get a catch up on what happened, because I was just since lose track.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Game of Thrones. I watched like 8 seasons, like 4 months. So I'm gonna have to binge Stranger Things.
I just did that in 1 month.
Yeah. Besides that, maybe the Avengers movies, because now they're gone, so I have time to like watch them without, you know what I mean?
Can it be like a negative shout out? Can it be like, don't watch the show?
Yeah, it doesn't say
Yeah,
positive.
bring that.
Okay, so
Exactly.
I just finished The Order on Netflix.
Oh,
and
I know
like,
that.
I was so bad. Like, it was really bad. And I'm so mad because the ending, like, made me want to... They're doing a 2nd season, not till 2020, but, like, the ending made me be like, well, now I have to watch the 2nd season, but I, like, suffered through the first one.
Oh, no.
Like, it's really bad. Like, the little trailer thing for the show on Netflix, I was like, ooh, this looks good. And I started watching the first... The Order.
This is the thing about the boy going to the occultic school.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I started it and it was okay, but like the more I watch it, the acting is so bad and like the effects are so
acting is so
bad
funny to
and
me.
like there's this scene where like this guy gets like basically vaporized and I watched it and it was like he gets vaporized and then the other people are like, no! And it was really bad.
Funny story about that, because my mom, she started watching it. She thought it would be good because she likes like supernatural stuff, but she doesn't like when things are corny. So she said even from the very first episode, she was like, "Oh, Troylon, this is something that you would like, not me, because this is some Buffy stuff." And I was like, "Hey, don't go dissing Buffy like
Buffy
that."
is acceptable. It was the 90s. Like, it's different. This is 2019.
You like Buffy?
I love Buffy.
Oh my god, a new
Okay.
friendship is sorry.
No, it won't be cut, but let's not derail the conversation. Okay, Izuh, Troylon, 30 seconds, something you want to shout it out, good or bad?
Can it be something? Does that be something that's coming on right now, or
Yeah.
okay?
Go ahead, King.
Oh, I don't really have any. Oh, okay. Well, I finally am starting to watch the second season of this really good anime called Attack on Titan. I don't know who out here watches anime, but check out Attack on Titan. It's pretty great, and apparently a lot of people that like Game of Thrones, or people I know who like it, they've compared it to Game of Thrones. Yeah. I'm not sure why, but
is it on Netflix?
If you like shows that make you feel depressed, you'll love Attack on Titan.
yeah, not that depressed.
What about you, Izuh?
I just started listening to a Tame Impala. Would recommend.
Is it a podcast?
We do music?
Music, yeah.
You already did your turn, Troylon. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm learning the cadence of this.
So what genre is that?
Alternative, I think.
It's like indie rock kind of.
Yeah.
Travis Scott likes
turn.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
I mean, I don't know. No. I just think it's alternative. It's dope. I like it.
What about you, Alyssa?
Well, this is fresh in my mind. I saw the Hellboy movie yesterday. I had to go further out to get it because apparently, like, it's leaving theaters and no one's talking about it. I will say they tried. Like, I felt that there was love in it, and there was just so much building, and it was very different and good. But they put so much in a short movie that it was like action, 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 and they were kind of going more for the stylization versus plot. But they did set up for a second one, and I will watch it. Like, it was good enough to watch the second one. And I'm glad that I watched it in theater, because if I was watching it in a manner that was not legal, I probably would have like closed the window on my computer. But if you do get like free tickets or something, I would go see it. If you want to go support Sheriff Hopper, I don't know how you're gonna get it. If you win the movie league, don't use your gift card. If you want to support Sheriff Hopper from Stranger Things, he's in it. One thing I really did appreciate about it is, since they did make it their own, you know, the side characters, forgetting their name, like Abe, the fishman, and then the girl with the powers, they changed it to a different man with powers, a girl with powers, so, it's familiar, but it's very different. I like that they took some risks. There was more people of color talking in this movie than I expected, and we're not dead, like, unlike other shows. Right now, instantly.
Oh my.
Anyways,
I know.
So maybe when it comes on Netflix, I recommend for sure when it comes on Netflix checking it out to get ready for the next movie.
Nice.
It's beautiful.
The critics tore that movie apart. Like, the headlines on that movie were savage.
I was actually kind of interested in seeing it because, like, the guy they got from Stranger Things, he just has a good look for Hellboy, if you ask me. So I was actually kind of interested.
I can definitely understand all the criticism, but there was a lot of really good things that I'm hoping they can move forward from it.
At least they tried.
They talked about a lot more lore, like mythology and occult stuff, than I feel like Guillermo del Toro did. But they also used more CGI than he did.
Moral of the story?
They tried.
Yeah, they tried. Okay, so quick shout out to the website before we wrap it up. We have a lot of Avengers content. Our last podcast is a spoiler-free podcast-ish. I mean, we predicted some stuff, but you want to know what we predicted that happened. And we did a wish list of what we want to come in Phase 4 of the MCU. There's a quiz out, which Avenger villain are you? And a spoiler-free review article also on the website. As far as Game of Thrones goes, the Signal Inside did a podcast about Game of Thrones, and it was recorded before Season 8, so again, it is kind of spoiler-free, as long as you're up to date, except for the new season. And a quiz testing your knowledge of Game of Thrones. And in our opinions, we have a lot of movie-related and media-related content, like not being that person who spoils movies, a review on Taylor Swift and Brendan Urie's new song, Me, and an editorial on media literacy, which is really great. And we also have one news, which is the suspension until further notice of the UHCL film and speaker series. All that you can see right now on the website, uhclthesignal.com. Congratulations, everybody who's graduating.
Woo! Who's graduating? You're graduating.
All y'all graduated.
Congratulations.
Half of the people on this podcast are graduating.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at UHCL The Signal, and on Instagram and on Instagram and Twitter for live coverage on campus and community events. It's at The Signal Cast.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. I hope you have an amazing summer. Get out there. It's sunny. It's bright. It's beautiful before the rain comes back out. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining us today.
Thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you, guys. All right.
Have a nice life.